What's going on, Instagram? What's going on, family? I have missed y'all. I have missed y'all. Let me wave. Let me wave. Let me wave to everybody. I really, literally don't have a lot of time. Time is not on my side lately, fam. Um, so I am on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on YouTube because I haven't been in any of those places in a couple weeks or so or whatnot. But I have been extremely busy. And the issue is because you waiting for me to tell you what the issue is. Wait, I want to make sure I'm live over here. I think I'm live. Oh, okay, I'm good. The issue is not necessarily, you see a lot of people talking about what's going on in Rikers Island. It's been described as a humanitarian crisis, right? How do you think people are getting put in Rikers Island? They keep talking about this place, the place, not just Rikers Island. The people are getting there because one, the district attorney's offices are requesting exorbitant bails. Ridiculous bails, millions of dollars of. You hear me when I say mil? I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying they are requesting millions of dollars of bail on non-murder cases. These are not cases where people are dead. These are not murder cases. Okay. This is in response to what's happening with the gun violence and gunplay and the shootings and whatnot. And it's not an appropriate response because, one, it doesn't do anything. It's not doing anything to stop the violence. The shooting hasn't stopped, none of that. It's not doing any of that. It doesn't have that effect. The problem is not just that, though, because the district attorney's office can only ask for a court to set a particular bail. The problem is the fucking judges. I'm gonna say it. I say it. I fucking say it. I say it. They're the ones who are setting the exorbitant bails. They're the ones that are setting $3 million cash bails on a kid from the projects. Really, lady? Really? $3 million? That's remand. Just remand them. What's the difference? You know they can't pay that. You know. Let me tell you something. I'll tell you right now. $3 million cash bail if my child is arrested and accused, because we're talking about accusation. We're not talking about anything being proven. We're not talking about any demonstrable evidence that the person is guilty. We're talking about allegations. We're talking about conjecture. Nothing proven, right? 3 million. If they get one of my kids for 3 million, guess what? He gonna have to sit there. I ain't got it. I don't have $3 million. I don't even have access to $3 million. I don't. And I've worked hard my entire life. And I haven't amassed that kind of fortune. That's not fair. So the new bail laws require, for a court, a judge, to ask what the financial situation is of the defendant. There's a reason why the legislature said that y'all should ask this shit. You should ask whether or not a motherfucker could pay. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta go back and forth. I've been caught all day. I ain't been able to curse all day. Okay, so for those of y'all who don't like that I curse, understand that when I walk into court, I have to be all professional. I have to pronounce my T's. I can't say mother. I have to say mother. Right? I got to do all of that good shit. I don't get to express my frustration at the system when I'm in court. So when I get out of the court, when I get out of court, this is my outlet. This is my outlet. This is where I get to just unload. I get to tell you how frustrating it is. So who am I calling out today? Right? Because it's not just Rikers that's the problem. There are a number of defense organizations that are charged with representing indigent individuals. What are you saying? There's a lot of groups out here that represent poor people for free. The problem is that the lawyers that they have working there are in fucking competent. Oh, yeah, I said it. I don't care. I'm at this point where I really don't care anymore. I don't care about your feelings. I just don't. So, one of these places is called the Center for Family Representation. The Center for Family Representation, like Legal Aid, like Queens Law Associates, or Queens Defenders, Neighborhood Defenders, all of these conflict defenders that represent poor people and the city pays them, they are not hiring competent counsel. They are not. They are not properly training their attorneys that are going out here and representing poor people. And what's happening is when they show up in court, poor people are being locked up. So my most recent frustration, and y'all know I come on here because it's particular, in particular, I got a fucking problem. I got contacted by a family back a month ago, September 22nd. Their 18-year-old son, who had 2 open cases from 2019, right? He had 2 cases that had been pending for 2 years. He had been going back and forth to court for 2 years. He didn't miss a court date. He didn't do nothing wrong. He'd been doing everything right. But he wouldn't help them. He wouldn't help them solve a very bad shooting, terrible shooting. He wouldn't help them. Not that he could, but they perceived that he could, but he wouldn't. And guess what they did? They trumped up some new charge that related back 2 years ago. And they came into court and they were like, he got a new case. New. I say new in yeah, I'm using the air quotes because it wasn't a new case. It was from 2019. They had already known about all of these particulars. They knew, but they wanted to squeeze them. This is how fucked up the DAs are. And this is Queens. Since y'all don't vote Melinda fucking Katz out, man, I don't know what to tell y'all. She got to fucking go. Right? I know a lot of y'all like, are you gonna run? You gonna run for Queens DA? I don't know. I might run for Queens DA. I really might. Because I just got a handful of these motherfuckers I want to fire. Because they incompetent. They incompetent. Because being a prosecutor, and you know I've been a prosecutor, that doesn't mean that your job is to put people in jail. That's not your job. Your job is to do justice. Your job is to do justice. And anyway, so back to my story. They trump up these bullshit charges. They make up this hindering prosecution. Bullshit felony. The lowest level felony in our system. They drag him into court and they tell the judge he's got a new case. And look at these old cases that he's got. He's a violent guy. He's a bad guy, judge. And you know what the judge did? Well, if you say he's a bad guy, he must be $500,000 bail. That's what the judge did. That's what the judge did. The lawyer that was appointed, the free ass lawyer from the Center for Family Representation, ain't say shit. Well, they said some shit, but it wasn't worth shit. What they needed to say wasn't said. And they didn't say it because they didn't know. They didn't know that in that moment when the DA came to ask for the client to have the bail he was out on, to have it revoked, that they had to have a hearing for that. That hearing is not a discretionary hearing. That hearing, the statute says must. That means it's not permissive language. And guess what? When he got put in on September and that bail was revoked, he didn't get a hearing. This was fucking Queens. You know it's Queens because Queens is fucked up. Queens. He didn't get a hearing. So I show up and the family hires me out of their frustration. They pull up their resources together. I lower my fee as much as I can, right? Because I don't work for free, but I know when injustice is fucking happening. I know it when I see it. I lower my fee. And I go into court yesterday. And I most respectfully tell the judge that you made a mistake, that you revoked this young man's bail. He has no convictions. He's got open cases, no conviction, but you revoked his bail without a hearing. Now, the DA, who had not read the statute clearly and who was not familiar with the most updated law, started with the judge's discretionary, blah, blah, bitch, shut up. I didn't say that, but that's what I wanted to say. I said the equivalent to that when she started citing her 2020 case. I was like, Judge, I can do you better than that. Here is July 2021. Here's the most recent law on this issue as it pertains to the Supreme Court of New York. And it actually references the 2020 case that she's trying to hand up. I'm going to need you to have several seats. Now, the judges at this point, like, so what you want me to do? I say, the statute requires that a hearing be held 72 hours after the people's application to have his bail revoked. 72 hours. He was put in on September 22nd, y'all. So this 72 hours is up. So I'm like, Judge, hearing, I'm available tomorrow, which is today. The hearing requires that the people show by clear and convincing evidence that this person has engaged in criminal conduct. It's not enough for them to simply come in and say it. It's not enough to even say an indictment has been voted. It's not enough. The law is pretty clear. The law is clear, right? You have to have admissible evidence. Evidence could be in the form of grand jury minutes, things of that nature. So I'd like to see what your admissible evidence is. So let's have a hearing. So I'll show up today. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? That $500,000 bail, guess what? ROR. You know why? Because the people don't want to have a hearing. They don't want to have a hearing. They don't want to have a hearing, so they consented to him being released ROR. Yes, that's right. From $500,000 bail to ROR. Simply because I showed up and I knew the law and I had cases with me and I wasn't playing no motherfucking games. See, I'm not concerned with making friends and I'm not concerned with who I piss off. I'm not, because I'm a lawyer and I have the law on my side. That's all I need. I don't need you to buy me a drink after this. I don't need you to say nice things about me. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't. What I care about is when I look into the eyes of another Black mother and I say to her, your son is getting out today. That's what the fuck I care about. That's what matters to me at the end of the day. Now, those other two cases, I filed motions to dismiss on them bullshits because nothing should be laying around for 2 fucking years. You get 6 months, goddammit. You got 6 months. What you been doing for 2 goddamn years? I want to know. Because guess what? The Center for Family Representation didn't know that there had to be a hearing. So this young man sat in jail for a whole month because information is power. Why do y'all think I do these videos? When I tell y'all information is power, I don't mean, I'm not just saying, it's not just a talking point. It doesn't matter if the prosecutor was Black. I promise you, it doesn't matter who's Black in the room. It doesn't matter if the judge is Black. It doesn't matter if the prosecutor is Black. None of that matters. It doesn't. Because a Black prosecutor is not going to save you. A Black judge is not going to save you. You have to show up prepared with the law. That's what saves you. That's what saves you. Here it is. Undeniable. You cannot challenge this. This is what the law is currently right now. You have to follow it. And if they can't demonstrate by clear and convincing evidence through a hearing that this person has committed another offense, then you got to fucking cut him loose. They had to cut him loose. But he spent a month in jail. He spent a month in jail that he shouldn't have spent in jail if somebody from the Center of Family Representation was familiar with CPLR 530.60. CPLR 530.60. I'm going to say it again. CPLR 530.60, because the law is a funny thing. People think that you can just look at the substantive law. You look at what in the penal law, what the definition of a crime is, but that's only part of it. You also have to know what the procedure is, and that's the CPL, that's the criminal procedure law, right? Because we need to know how we do things. So you can't just be stuck in the penal law. That's just not how that fucking works, right? And so today, when the DA came and said that they weren't doing the hearing, the court staff was very disappointed. That is one of my highlights, is when I go into court. In the court offices, they there all day and they see everything. And when they say to me, "We looking forward to the hearing," and I go, "Ain't gonna be no hearing," they like, "Why?" And I'm like, they consented to let them go. They like, "Get the fuck out of here." Yeah, they are. That's what's happening. Oh man, yes, I agree. But let me say hi to some people. Morning, June. Hi, Kevin Harris. Hi, Diva Wilson, Kafanya. I'm saying hi to all of you. You guys know I love you all. And I just, my frustration sometimes, it just is crazy. And I do these videos because not just for you all, but for the lawyers that are watching. For the lawyers that are watching, because I'm gonna put you on blast if I find out that you showed up court and you weren't prepared. I'm gonna put you on blast. I'm gonna put you on blast, right? And do I know everything? No, I don't know everything. I do not. Are there times in court when the issue might come up and I might like I'm not really versed with that. That happens. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a couple of days to review this, to search this, to research this, whatever may have you. You never see me talking out the side of my fucking neck, making shit up like they do. And then they get smacked. And you're like, no, that's not accurate. This is not accurate. Okay. So I'm very happy. I want to congratulate my client's parents, actually, who had the wherewithal to say the lawyer that they had wasn't doing enough for their son, right? Wasn't doing enough for their son, and to come and sit down with me. And thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, I gotta keep my foot on their necks. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I will. I'll treat myself. So if you ain't on Instagram, y'all, I don't know. I don't have the badges. I didn't hook that up yet. But if you're on YouTube, you can do a super chat to support Ike. You can also cash at me at Ike Speaks. That's also. I don't do a lot of that because that's it's not really about that necessarily, but it does help support the platform. So lastly, and I got to get up off here because I have class, because you all know that I am an adjunct professor. I'm an academic first, right? I'm an academic. I come into court. I'm an academic. You want to cite me a case? You don't have a citation? What, bitch? When I teach my students, I'm like, listen, okay, preparation beats talent every day and twice on Sunday. Okay, right? So even if you aren't the most talented person, be prepared. I just happen to be both of those things. I just happen to be both of those things. I will try to use my gifts and my talents, but you got to be prepared. You still got to be prepared, right? And so I just wanted y'all to know that if you cannot afford an attorney and you have a court appointed attorney, you have to keep those lines of communication open. If that court appointed attorney is not communicating with you, go over their heads. Call their supervisor, right? They work for someone, right? Call their supervisor. Listen, I've been calling, I've left messages, I've sent emails, I've given them a number of different ways where they could communicate with me other than having to pick up the phone, because sometimes that's difficult if you're sitting in court. But you've given them a text message. They've got your cell phone, they've got email. There's ways that they can communicate, right? Go over their heads. Go over their heads. All right. So lastly, hey Lady T, hey James Moore, I appreciate all of you. I'm back. I'm never gone. I might be busy. I might get ridiculously busy, especially around now, because I'm also teaching. So I'm teaching. I got to grade papers. I'm teaching writing intensive courses as well. So I'm grading a lot of papers and I'm giving a lot of feedback because it's important for me, for my students, to be good advocates and stewards of the law. Right? I'm a whole ass nerd. Right? Those people who know me from high school, I was a nerd in high school. They called me the cool nerd. I was cool because I would bust you in the face and then go to my AP class. Mhm. All right. Lastly, before I get up off here, because I have class at 6, I have been a little busy falling in love. So I will tell you that. I'm not waiting on my king no more. He showed up. So let me give all of you ladies that are out there, that are single, that are professional women, that think that you're not gonna find anybody, you just hang on in there. You've been waiting on your king, you could wait some more. He's out there. He's out there. And he'll find his way to you. Just stay open. Stay open. Right? Because let me tell you something. I was ready to, I was ready. Ready to shut it down, close it out. I'm gonna spend the rest of my time. I'm just gonna be by myself. And then he came on the scene, and I am completely blessed and grateful that I'm not a bitter bitch. Yes, and he is fine. I know y'all saw him, right? That's mine. And I'm gonna work with him. Yes, sir. It's the bust in the face for me. I am Tommy. Yeah, I fought a lot in high school. I fought a lot in high school. Spent a lot of time in the dean's office. I fought in college. Actually, fought in college. Had to leave college because I was fighting. Listen, okay, I'm from the hood. Okay, you could take a chick out the project. I was not refined enough at that time. I had a big chip on my shoulder, and I was, I'm gonna let you know I was from New York, and that's, that I got a story. Don't worry, that is coming. I'm writing that story too. I'm writing that story. I'm writing that. And y'all got any questions for me? All right. Not that I got time to answer any. I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. I really do. And I will be back more often. I know it's been a good, like a month or so. It's been a while. It's been a while. But I've been living in court. Like these bails that have been set, 3 million, 4 million, $5 million bail. Had one I had to follow writ on. I had the bail reduced from 3 million to 500,000. That's still too fucking high. Now I got to go to the appellate division because I'm not going to stop fighting. And if I don't get what I want at the appellate, then I'm going to the Court of Appeals. I'm just going to keep fighting until I get what I want. Or I'm going to be a big enough pain in the ass with the DA that they're just going to say, just fucking give her what she wants because she's a fucking pain in the ass. In any event, congratulations to my client. He should be being released right now. And I think that that's very good. And I am grateful that I am able to be used in this way. That is totally a gift that I'm grateful for. And yeah, man, yeah. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you. Oh shit, you found the man. Send me your money back. Joking. I'm happy for you, Queen. I'm happy to meet you. Ah, that is hilarious. Yes, I found the man. I did. It's actually someone I have known for quite some time. And we actually just reconnected. The universe the universe conspires on your behalf when you set your intentions, right? And when the universe conspires on your behalf, pay attention. Pay attention. And I paid attention, and he paid attention, and we knew something. There was something here that we needed to explore, and we did. And I'm so glad we did. Oh Lord, I'm so in love with this man. And anyway, I gotta go. I got class, and I gotta prepare for my class and all that good stuff. So I love you all. I really do. Share the video so that somebody out there will know that they need to have a hearing on CPLO 53060. 53060. All right. All right, family. I'll be back. I know there's a lot of other shit going on. Alex Baldwin shooting people. They found Brian Landry, skeleton. I know y'all are the suspect, right? You're like, how you decompose that fast down to the bone? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. We're gonna talk about that, but not today. I will come back. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk about some more shit. Some more shit. All right. I love you. I really do. Y'all be good. Peace. All right, family. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Do I, Gangster Slim, do you work on appeals? I do not. I do not work on appeals. Unfortunately, they're very involved. I'm off Instagram, but I'll tell you, you guys here, appeals are very involved because they require you to go back and look at the entire trial record. That is an arduous process. So I really try to not lose so that no one has to appeal. And in fact, I can't stand it when I do lose and I have to file a notice of appeal. I'm like, fuck, I don't even know what this process entails. So I typically do not do appeals. So yeah. Derek Parrish, you look so happy. Thank you. I am happy. I'm smiling from the inside. Love will do that. Love will do that. It will. All right, family. I gotta get up off of here. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Ike Speaks. I love you. I really do. Peace.